During my first foray into rally driving, I spent the entire day learning how to finesse the gravel, and more specifically, how to steer the car without using the wheel, but instead utilizing the throttle and the brake. Now that barely scratched the surface of rally driving, because this sport is not just about the driver or the car, but also about the co-driver.
Hey, I'm Andrew Comrie-Picard, driver of the 2013 Scion Rally XD, and we're here at Dirtfish today with
Jeremy Wimpey, co-driver in the 2013 Scion Rally XD, teaching Jessi how to co-drive.
All right, so our process begins with the recce, right?
Correct. Basically, I'll dictate to you a set of shorthand notes that when you read them back to me will let us drive ahead of my eye.
So I basically have to learn a new language here.
Yeah, it's like a whole code. It's like Finnish.
Okay, well I was just in Finland, so I think I'm ready to go.
We're rocking.
All right, let's get Jeremy.
Okay.
Rally starts with recce, short for reconnaissance. During recce, the driver and co-driver pre-run the rally route and write down pace notes describing each rally stage.
Sometimes people will put marks on the dashboard to show how far over the wheels turn to give the degree of the corner. I just kind of get a feel for it. I know that that's about a 6, that's about a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 is somewhere over here.
Okay.
So as you can tell then, the numerically lower is a tighter corner.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to start out, and because we're starting immediately in a corner, I'm going to say that this is right 4.
The pace notes are written in symbols, letters, and numbers, and they tell the driver about approaching corners, the distance between turns, upcoming bumps, junctions, and uneven pavement, to name just a few. Now, when I'm reading these back to you, then I'm going to say left 4 long, tightens late 40 yards. Like
No, don't drop yards, just 40. If you say any number like that, I'll know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then I'd say this is a right 4 plus. So within the numerical divisions of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can also go plus minus to sort of put a modifier on it.
Great.
That's a right 4 plus short. Yeah, just to really simplify it for you.
Right 4 plus short. Good
Nice.
God, man.
These aren't even complicated yet.
Driving conditions on rally stages can vary greatly. You might start on a rough forest track and move to an asphalt mountain pass before hitting desert sand. As a result, you'll see not only a wide range of scenery, but oftentimes a variety of wildlife as well.
Correct.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's like a coyote. Wow, he's so sprightly.
Pay attention.
Okay, sorry. I love wildlife, man.
I was starting to think you might be a really good co-driver because you're really light and you're right really big, but the distractions don't help.
Okay, all right. I'm focused.
Okay,
focused.
Thank you. So you got the
it.
200, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, 200
okay.
yards.
Okay.
What's happening now?
Now it's a left.
All right.
No, a left. Never say right. Never say
Okay,
all right. Never say right.
Correct.
No, correct. Exactly. You got it. So left.
Damn homophones. man.
Homophone.
English.
I don't even know what that is. And then we're basically back at the start.
All right.
Okay, ready? You're going to read them back to me this time.
Okay, all right, okay.
Ready for this?
No.
Now, this is where the real magic happens.
Because I don't know when to tell you.
Well, that is the magic.
Okay, all right.
So you have to both be cognizant of where we are on the road and where that relates to your notes.
Okay, so are you going to drive what I read, or are you going to correct?
Okay, to an extent. I will do what you say until we're about to fly off the road.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, wait a minute, and then we'll crash.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
All right, I'm ready.
So what are we in now?
Okay, now we're heading into the L4, I guess.
Hey, look at you.
All right, all right.
Again,
Left
L's
four, left,
stand for left. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
See, my own abbreviation's working against me, Andrew. As I was about to learn, a good co-driver needs to be many things at once. You've got to be a navigator, a rule enforcer, a timekeeper, a map reader, and a pace notes reciter. It's multitasking mayhem, and there is no downtime. Short into a left 4, onto the tarmac.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right, all right.
So we did that at almost 40 miles an hour.
Okay, all right, okay.
Because your job is to deliver all of these notes. You don't need to say anything besides what's there.
Okay.
So you don't have to say left 3 coming up, or right here, like I know.
Okay.
I know it's right here because you just said it's here.
Okay, I got it. Well, I want to see the way that your dynamic works. So Jeremy and I switched seats, we returned to the starting point, and I got to see how a professional team recces.
Ready when you are.
Okay.
All right, show me up, Jeremy.
So right 4 in, left 3 plus, mid in, through water, left 5 minus short. Right
Each team has
plus.
its own preferences for note-taking, and most modify the standard annotations in ways that make sense to them. And this type of personalization is key. You've got to speak a language that makes sense to you and your driver.
Second, left 4, extra long, tightens at concrete 4, right 4, half short, left 4, onto tarmac late.
Okay.
Okay.
The driver and co-driver prepare the notes together. Then, when it's go time, the co-driver reads them off in advance of each corner or distance so that the driver can prepare for and achieve maximum speed through each and every turn.
3 in, no cut, opens out and tightens 4. And right 1 tidy, late, 80. Left 4 extra long, tightens at concrete. And right 4 half short into left 4 onto tarmac, late.
So in addition to providing him with the directions he needs to follow to successfully move through this course, you're pretty much like managing his mental state and his emotions, right?
A big part of it is the trust between the driver and the co-driver. If Andrew's not trusting me to deliver the notes, or I'm delivering them slightly behind and too late, it'll get him frustrated. His body language changes, and I can know that he's not trusting what I told him, or something's going on. Maybe the car's going off, maybe we got a flat tire. So that's when it gets into a lot more managing the driver's emotion, and the emotion level in the car is like, stay focused, let's keep going. And you know, on a 200 straight, I might have time to say like, we got a flat tire, we don't need to stop. All that stuff is on my side of the car, looking at the mileage left and my odometer and helping him understand like, the wheel's falling off the car. Well, we only got a half mile left. Right. We can finish the stage.
It's a little like, it's like being at war or something. You just have to be able to triage but be calm about everything. You know, you can't let anything freak you out.
All right, let's do more driving.
All right, let's get in the rally car.
All right, so it's rally car time.
Yeah, I think you're ready. You got your notes from earlier.
Okay. Great.
You got the magic pencil?
Magic pencil.
Go get them.
All right, thank you. So I'm about to get into the rally car. It is not very accommodating to someone of my stature. So I got this extra big jacket on because you can't actually tighten the seatbelts past a certain point. I also have several beanies on my head so that my helmet fits. Oh yeah, and then there's booster padding on my chair.
All right, you've been in school rally cars before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this car is a little more advanced in quite a few ways. This started out as a brand new Scion XD, and the team basically took it to the shop, stripped it down to nothing, dipped the whole shell in acid, stitch welded everything together, put in the roll cage all around, then they powder coated the interior, and then built the car out from there. So a bunch of things you wouldn't see in a normal car. For one thing, we're sitting way far back and way far down, if you notice.
Yeah.
Normally, your head would be like about here in a street car, and yours would be there. We're way, way down. That's for weight distribution to move us back. Also, further back in the car, you can feel how it moves better. And then a bunch of other things. The shifter here has been raised up a lot higher. This is a hydraulic handbrake that operates only the rear brakes. A bunch of switches down here that control all of the extra functions. Here you see there's 3 reservoirs on the dashboard that have hydraulic fluid in them. That's the clutch, front brakes, and rear brakes. And yeah, pretty cool. There's your odometer. We can set it, if you press the button that says speed, we'll get speed. And if you reach for it, you can make it. There you go. Your first co-driver duty. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, R4, right 4, I mean.
Good
We're
start.
off to a great start.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, right 4. Right 4 into a left 4. Going through water, 200. Left 3, 40. Left 5, short. Into right 6, 50. Left 3. It opens and tightens 4. And right 1. 80. Left 4. Long. Tightens late. 40. Right 4. Short. Left 4. Onto the tarmac. That was awesome.
Nice work.
Thank you. You
nice
too,
work.
man.
No,
Nice driving.
Thank you. What I think is really cool is that your timings were awesome.
Really?
Yeah, you really delivered the notes where I needed them before the corner so that I could anticipate it. And that's the hardest thing. Jeremy will tell you in co-driving that to try to get that pacing just right, it's hard because you can barely see over the dashboard. Right?
Yes, that's very true.
So what's your biggest takeaway from this whole thing about rally driving and rally co-driving?
Oh God, I've taken away so much. It's incredibly complex, very intricate. What I've learned, I guess, is that that your success depends on so many factors, that it's about your speed and your relationship with your co-driver and your communication skills and your consistency and your visualization and your anticipation of the course. And you know, there's so many aspects that contribute to your success or lack thereof.
Well, you've actually just articulated the reason that I do rallying, because that's so hard, because it's so complicated. And then if you add in the one extra factor, that it's a huge adventure.
Yeah, yeah,
You're going
yeah,
out in
yeah.
the woods, you see our windows are all caked up with mud.
Yeah, I love it.
That's why I do it, because it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's one of the last great automotive adventures you can have.
Yeah, that was so much fun. It was more fun than I even thought it was going to be. I was actually a little nervous that I was going to get nauseated while driving around and trying to read and look up at the road, and I'm in this deep-seated race car. But in fact, I didn't feel sick at all. In fact, I had this strong sense of responsibility to be looking out for my driver. And as a result, I had so much fun. And I think I actually did a pretty good job.
New co-driver.
Let's do it again.
Okay, let's go.
Woohoo! Left 4 through the water! 200!